Editor's Desk is where you get information on everything from health and wellness to music to real estate. David DiPino, jack of all trades, great for interviews and a good time. Coming from South Florida and beyond. Let's get to
Hello, South Florida and beyond, and welcome to the Editor's Desk for Friday, June 12th, 2020. We're going to be talking with Michelle Caval. She is an MSN RN, president and founder at Quality Healthcare Concierge. And just want to say, first of all, Michelle, thank you for joining us. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me. I hope you guys are doing well too.
Thank you, and thank you. You're a healthcare hero, so I always want to say thank you to our nurses, and that is very important, always, not as well as right now. So, Quality Healthcare Concierge, I saw on the website it's an elite private professional companion care services company. Tell us a little bit about the company and what your focus is.
Yeah, thank you. First and foremost, thank you for the shout out for being a nurse, and major shout out to all healthcare providers today. I mean, hats off to you guys. So much respect for being in the front line and putting yourselves and your family at risk during such a unprecedented time in the United States, or in the world, really, right? I mean, who knew we'd be going through this? But anyway, thank you for the intro. Yes, my name is Michelle Caval. I am a registered nurse. I am the president and founder of Quality Healthcare Concierge. And essentially, to break it down, what we are is we are a private home health entity. We provide elite and private companionship and companion care to our clients in the community. And not just in the community, those who reside in long-term care facilities and skilled nursing facilities, those who are discharged from the hospital and need some companionship in their home. And we provide those services in all of Palm Beach County. Now, what's really special about us, or what I like to say is special about us, is that we really have this holistic, mission-driven kind of side to us, right? And we've taken a dive into something that really nobody else has today, and it's personal and it's very heartfelt to be able to provide this to our patients. But we partner with many holistic care doctors, holistic palliative care for our patients, and we have an amazing wide variety of network that we work with physicians who may prescribe or suggest medical cannabis, medical marijuana for holistic care rather than the typical medicinal care. That's a little bit about us in a nutshell.
Yeah, definitely a lot going on there. Again, it's Quality Healthcare Concierge. Great
Yes.
website, qualityhealthcareconcierge.com as well, and we'll give that out a few times. Yeah, I saw that early on. I mean, we had networked at a few different events, but then I looked on your website and I found some great information. Now, you're actually Quality Healthcare Concierge is the only agency in the U.S. with a business model for home health care and medical cannabis support services.
Yes, that's correct. To date, in 2020, we are the only ones in the United States, or at least that we are aware of today, that does anything like this. And what makes us special is it's in our heart. We love what we do. We're not just mixing two business models. We're very strict in making sure that we're abiding by all regulations and making sure that we're doing the right thing and things that we are allowed to do. We just want to provide that support that we feel hasn't been provided in the community today. We have so many clients who they think about palliative care and holistic palliative care. They think about medical cannabis and they have fears and they don't know who to trust, who to go to. Not all of our clients are lucky enough to have a family or loved ones who can guide them and who can help them with that process. So essentially, we are your backbone. We are your support system. We will help you. We would never push you. And we would give you a wide variety of opportunity to really try holistic care. I mean, it's very beneficial for so many of our clients.
And you said Palm Beach County based, and so we talked a little bit about holistic care, and you mentioned companion care. Is there an age range of patients you treat? Obviously, adults, but can it be younger than what we normally think of for, home health care or companion care or these, cannabis support services that you're offering? Because normally we think of home health as a little bit of our older population. So I just wanted to ask that, is
Yeah.
there a larger age range of patients?
Absolutely. We have no bias to any particular age range. We happen to, because we are a home health company, we happen to service, majority and mostly elderly. But a lot of our clients are in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s. We have some clients who are post-stroke or post-accident or, post-anesthesia from some elective or non-elective surgery. And they come to us for guidance. They come to us for companionship to really reduce their anxiety and make sure that they're not alone after these traumatic experiences. And we are there to essentially guide them. We help them. We walk them through the process. We reduce their anxiety, and we really help them figure out what's right for them, and that makes us feel good.
Yeah, because it's not only older people who obviously, need care. So I'm glad I asked that just to get that out there. And again, it's qualityhealthcareconcierge.com. I have the number here, 888-981-5595 as well. But there's a ton of info on the site. I mean, we could spend hours on here for all the areas of interest that you provide care for: elderly companion care, couple care, overnight companion care, community care, personal assistant, and hourly care referral network for cannabis support services. Let's go there, because
Right.
that's what really makes you unique. Obviously, you do all the things a home health care company does and beyond, but the referral network, that's important because first of all, when someone decides, maybe that they want to go this route and give it a try, it's just not like you call the number or sign up. It takes a little while. You have to figure out, you have to go to a doctor. Well, I'll let you elaborate on that. How can you help people who are interested in, cannabis for relief get started? Because I know from talking to people, it's quite a process in the state of Florida.
Oh, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, talk about anxiety, right? The clients whom are looking for this type of service already have anxiety because there's a stigma. They have fear. They want to make sure that they go to certified physicians, reputable centers. They don't want to just go to anybody, and they want to make sure that they're safe, right? Essentially, the most important thing is, how do I do this effectively, efficiently, and remain safe? So instead of just going and Googling and being lost in this whole internet world of what it is that exists there through different marketing strategies of new companies, they come to us and we say, okay, here we can guide you. We have a vetted network. These are the certified physicians that our clients have utilized. Here's a list of all physicians that exist in the state of Florida. All who are certified legal can help you, are available to help you. And let us help you through that process. You choose somebody. We are not biased. We don't work with specific doctors. We are open to working with all physicians in the state of Florida. Anybody who's certified, we'd love to work with them. And we guide the patient. So we go hand in hand with the client and say, all right, you've chosen this doctor. Do you feel comfortable? This is what we know about them. We do some research. We provide you with the data and the statistics. We can help you make your appointment. We can hire a companion or a personal assistant to join you. They can come to your home. They can drive you to your appointment, walk you to, the dispensary of your choice. We can be there with you and say, oh, yes, I remember, this was the diagnosis that the doctor had said you have. And this is what their suggestion was to you. And these products in this particular location may be of a good fit for what your needs are. So we support them and we help them, and we're there from step A through Z. We'll walk you all the way back to your door and sit with you after you've tried your product to make sure that you have no anxiety and you feel safe.
Yeah, because you don't want to create anxiety for the anxiety that you want to get treatment for, You don't want to create a whole nother, problem. So definitely that's important. And it's good to have someone like you on your team. I'm talking from a perspective of someone who would like to, explore this as a healthcare option, because the thing is, not all of these doctors, this isn't their main specialty. Some of them are orthopedic surgeons, some of them are anesthesiologists, etc. And sometimes they only have certain times during the week that you can go in the office, and it kind of can be a little overwhelming, because if you're not set up with someone like yourself who knows the process, it can be a lot at first, for sure.
Yes, and to kind of piggyback on what you had just mentioned, all of these specialists, that is what they are essentially, right? They're specialists. They specialize in whatever it is, whatever sort of medicine that they specialize in. I may have said specialize too many times, but that's what it is, right?
And we like specialists.
Yeah, of course we love specialists because they're good at what they do. They know what they do. But then what about following up with the clients and the patients? What about assuring that the process is smooth, that they feel comfortable, and most importantly, that whatever it is was suggested holistically was effective?
Mm-hmm.
We are the follow-up system. We want to make sure that whatever was prescribed was effective. And if it wasn't, we're going to be sitting there right next to you in the comfort of your home or wherever it is that you reside, and we'll help you through the process. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable, we'll say, hey, you know what, Mr. John Smith, let's take you back to that doctor and let's reevaluate, because we see that maybe you're not comfortable, or you've communicated to us, I don't feel that this is working for me, I want to give up, or I feel that this is great, I want to keep going. For instance, in the state of Florida, certified physicians can only suggest or prescribe to say that somebody can have a new prescription or suggestion every 7 months. So essentially what that means is, for their clients, they can be seen once every 7 months. But what about everything in between? And that's where we come in.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then the other side of that is, okay, so there's maybe creams that work for certain stuff. There's the vaporizer route. There's the flower route. There's all different things that there's capsules, I believe. There's all kinds of pretty much everything. I know there's some gummies and stuff like that, but Florida isn't really into the whole food thing like other states are, say like hypothetically Oregon or Washington and California. So there's so many, what I'm getting to is there's so many different ways to get this in their CBD, which is a whole different ballgame. So there's so many different ways to get the medicine into your body, the holistic medicine. So like, that's the thing. If someone like you who's had patients or had some experience with this can help out, say, oh, if you're experiencing hypothetically sleep apnea, and I apologize, we're working from home. My cat is just all over the screen today, but I won't go too much into that. I'm fending him off here, Chester. Okay. But yeah, what I'm getting to is there's so many different ways it can be used to help out. And like you said, you see the doctor, once every 7 months, a quick brief, what's bothering you, they ask you, and then, hey, maybe try this, and they write it down quick, and then anything else, okay, I'm out of there. Oh, I forgot, should I try it this way? How does this way work compared to, the cream? Right. So someone like you has gone through that many times and can jump in there and help out. And I guess that would save a lot of time and energy.
Yeah, what a great segue. Thank you so much, David. To kind of continue off of what you were just saying, there are many routes of ingestion of these products, and there are many different byproducts. So, we are there not just to support you, but to educate you. So what I take so much pride in is that, I myself, as you guys have heard, am a registered nurse, and I personally teach and train all of our caregivers and they walk away with a certificate from our company that states they've been educated, they're knowledgeable, and they can now share that knowledge in the home with the clients, and they're allowed to. They're allowed to come into your home and talk to you about the different routes of ingestion, the different things that one may experience. They're well aware of patients or clients who have morbidities, so they may know that somebody is on many medicines, and they may say, "Oh, hey, I know that the doctor has prescribed this or suggested this, but it looks like you're taking medicine for your heart or for something else that has happened, or some sort of other comorbidity." And they may actually be the ones to catch a potential problem in the home and say, "Why don't we go back to the doctor? I feel like the doctor may have missed something, and you may not have told them that you have 14 medicines instead of 12, and this could cause these sort of side effects. And why don't we wait and make sure that what we're doing is really right for you and it's personalized?" And that's what I love, is that not only do our caregivers get this educational training, and they're passionate about what they do, and they love our mission for the company, and they want to support our clients. They are aware and they have all this knowledge, and they bring it with them into the client's home and the client's place of comfort. So I think that's a big deal. I think that there's such a gap in the community today that all these things exist, but there's nothing to bridge it and bring it to the comfort and safety of clients' homes.
Yeah, I think that's so important. And what I like about this whole concept of medical and cannabis support services is you get the healthcare experts like yourself and the doctors involved. It's not, I'm saying it's like taken off the street, and that they only these dispensaries now that are registered with the state, they have grow houses that are like laboratories where they test and everything. And what I'm getting to is you're getting tested stuff. You're getting stuff that's medically ingestible. That's, I think you said, ingestion in a way. So I think that's important as well. I think that's what's great for Florida getting involved in this. And then, like you said, the other side of it is the monitoring, because anything you put in your body, it could affect your brain, your heart, your lungs. I've even read a lot about the kidneys and everything, to just definitely have someone watch what you're doing. It's not like just you come up with you get involved in this and you come up with a treatment plan for yourself. You have to have a team, the doctor who prescribes it, quality healthcare concierge services that you offer. So I think that's what I'm trying to get to, is it's very important to have someone like you involved when you take this step for your healthcare. And another side of it is, I know you could have certain kind of ailments, and there's only certain ailments that will qualify for this type of care as well. So that's another thing that someone like you can help out with.
Yes, absolutely. There are many ailments that qualify. And I actually just thought about something while you were speaking to that. Is that there may be instances where a person of any age will go to a physician. They'll think that they need something, and the physician will agree, and they'll prescribe it for one ailment. And this client won't speak to their other ailments, and they won't speak to the other things that are potentially, hurting their health or that they have going on. And so the physician prescribing might be prescribing a little bit with a blind eye, and then they go home and there are adverse effects. Now, adverse effects means that, you're affected negatively in some which way. And it could be of nobody's fault. The physician wasn't aware that you have these other potential issues or comorbidities, and the client didn't speak of it at the time, or the client, for example, may have slight dementia and they forgot to talk about it, or it wasn't just the right timing of day and it didn't come up. So, when you go home, these things come about, they arise, and we are the front line who see them and who catch them. And that's what's important, is Not just are we advocating for you, making sure that you're safe and you're getting all the right things that you're needing to stay and remain healthy, but we continue that care and we continue the watch. And I'm sure many loved ones and family who can't watch their mother or their father, for example, on a regular basis because they have other lives. They don't live in Florida, or they work full time. They really appreciate us being there and providing that continued care, because essentially, what is care? What is care today? It's patient centered. Everything is to make sure that the world kind of revolves around the patient and our client, and we're providing the safest possible routes so they can age in place. They can age in their home, in the community, and not in facilities. That is really the ultimate goal. Even to date, Medicare and Medicaid, that's their kind of that's their growth route, is let's make sure that everyone gets out of the hospital, get them home as safe as possible, have them not remitted to the hospital. Let's make sure that we are really protecting them and keeping them in their homes.
Yeah, and all I can think of when you say that is like a care plan. You can help people out with their care plan, whatever the type of care that they seek. And that was a important thing to add, is how you can help, relatives, family members with care for their
Right.
loved ones from afar. I didn't even think of that. That's very important as well. Again, it's qualityhealthcareconcierge.com. Quality Healthcare Concierge is the company. Michelle Caval, MSN RM president and founder. Numbers 888-981-5595. Email info@qualityhealthcareconcierge.com. There's a ton of info on the website. Everyone goes to websites now to get the phone number, email, and
Oh, yeah.
all the services. And you have a ton there as well. A pretty good blog as well. I was reading last night. And you're bilingual in English and Russian and learning Spanish. So that's huge for South Florida. I know South Florida has a pretty large Russian community, especially down a little bit south of here. So, and this area as well that we're in, all of South
Yeah.
Florida, right?
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And we find it essential to speak another language. We love speaking Spanish. I was even telling you, earlier that I'm teaching my 4-year-old to speak Spanish, and she's just so cute at it. It's the most amazing thing. So having as many languages under your belt just not really only makes you smarter, but it makes you more able and more capable. And that's the goal.
Yeah.
All of our caregivers speak. We have Russian speaking caregivers, of course, English, Spanish speaking caregivers, and we're working on expanding them as well, expanding to other languages.
Yeah, and being able to communicate again about that care plan is really great. Again, qualityhealthcareconcierge.com. We talked about a lot of what you do, and I've given out the website so people can see a lot of your services. Let's take this last bit of the interview and talk a bit about your journey and background, because you have a unique tie-in to an area where a lot of people come to and from South Florida. They're either coming from this area or they're traveling back to it. So tell us a little bit about your journey and background.
Oh yeah, thank you. I've had quite the journey in my career. Being a registered nurse, I really loved kind of the mentorship aspect. I loved the healthcare administrative aspect. I loved being informed and involved in healthcare tactics and politics and things of that nature. I've always worked in home health, so I have a vast experience coming from New York, with executive leadership for managed Medicare and Medicaid companies, that are international, really, not just in New York. And I've led their discharge planning divisions, their care management divisions, many reputable companies. I don't know if I should be listing them here, but trust you me, they're very large. And I've also consulted for lots of companies. I've done lots of consulting for companies such as my own now. And I came to one point eventually, and I said, you know what? I want to take my information, my knowledge, my abilities, and I want to put it to work. I unfortunately had lost a loved one who was very dear to me, and she had a fall. She suffered with osteoarthritis for upwards of 10 to 12 years. And there was nothing that could help her. Physicians had put her on opioids for many years, and I just watched her health deteriorate, and it was so sad to me. And when we had moved over to Florida, I said, "This is it. I got to make it work." I've been very successful in New York with discharge planning and making sure that people are safe in the community, through home health care. And now it's time to do it here in Palm Beach County. And I myself live in Palm Beach. I live in Boca Raton. So, back to my story is that my loved one had passed away, and that was kind of the trigger for me. It was a mission. I said, I know I've been put here on this earth on a mission to see that others don't go through that, and that the families don't have to have that heartache and pain to watch their loved ones be over medicated and not really get provided the kind of care that they're really looking for. So I now take a lot of pride in training and making sure that all our caregivers are extremely knowledgeable, experienced, compassionate, and certified in this holistic care, that I'd like to spread the word and see others thrive and do well and not have to, experience what my loved one had experienced.
Yeah, whenever I'm doing healthcare interviews, I always try to think about the listeners' and viewers' quality of life, and I think that's so important more than anything else. Is more than money. I mean, time is definitely great too, but quality of life. It's not all about, how much you're taking in or putting out, but it's about how you're living your life and if you're happy and how you feel every day, and that's why I love interviewing people like you that can help people out, which is simple care plan. There's just a couple tweaks that can be made in a lot of cases. And I, for myself, have people know my story because I'm always talking about it. But just briefly, it's helped me out just coming up with a plan, and a couple tweaks that I do have changed my life dramatically. So again, quality of life, and then having a care plan as well. Again, it's qualityhealthcareconcierge.com's website, 888-981-5595. People can find out all your info there. There's an email, info@qualityhealthcareconcierge.com on the site. Now, you're an MSN and RN. I think we're getting pretty close to the end here. I see the screen going different. There it is. So MSN, tell us about your credentials there. Obviously, RN's registered nurse, and MSN, is that can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. The MSN is a Master's of Nursing. I knew that this is my path, this is my route, this is my passion. So I went straight to executive nursing and leadership. And I guess essentially I've been a mentor my whole life. I love supporting others, especially in healthcare. I love being the mentor. I love helping and guiding and educating. And, mostly I love learning. So the master's was just on my path to success, and I think that it all makes sense now. The executive leadership is something that I've already put to work. I've led, as mentioned, many national and international companies in New York State, and I really want to put and marry my passion for what had happened to my loved one, making sure that doesn't happen to others, and use my educational background to support my caregivers and my company, and make sure that we are always doing the right thing. We're always abiding by regulation, and we're providing compassionate, personalized care. I really want people to feel that it's personalized. It's all about them. It's all to make sure that they're safe. And that's why we have such a great reputation. The Better Business Bureau, Google, Yelp, everybody has rated us 5 stars. And it's because of the passion and because of what we put into it. It's not just any old home care company. We're very special, and I take a lot of pride in that.
Yeah. So if you have any questions about medical cannabis, companion care, couple care, etc., home health care, check Michelle's company out, Michelle Caval, MSN RN, and it's qualityhealthcareconcierge.com. I think we're either close to out of time, or it looks like we are, but thank you, Michelle, and we'll see you next time on the editor's desk with David DiPino. Appreciate your time.